Okay, this is a quick tutorial on how to properly use a volumetric pipette. So these pipettes come in various volumes. The nominal volume is written on the side. Sometimes it's only written on the top here. Another important piece of information is that at the very top you can see the etched line. That etched line is where the meniscus will go. And then you have your tolerance, which is the error associated with this particular volume measuring device at 20 degrees C. So that's plus or minus 0.03. That's the uncertainty in the measurement when using this volumetric pipette. So there's various pipette bulbs you can use. This is a really nice one when you're first getting started because it allows you to use it essentially as a valve. So the way that this thing works is you can depress it, and to depress it you actually want to press the A button, the air button. That'll open that valve, then let go of the valve, and you can see it's going to stay sealed. And then what you can do is position this on the tip here, and you want to secure it fairly firmly so that you're pulling up only air, you have a good suction. And then you're going to press this S valve button, and that's going to allow the vacuum created by the bulb to pull up on the fluid that you have this displaced in. So if I click this, you can see this starts to fill. Okay, so now we have our sample, and then we have a waste beaker here. So best practice, at least best analytical practice, the use of a volumetric pipette is to always rinse whatever the glassware is with the sample that you intend to use. So this has already been triple DI rinsed with water, but notice that there is plenty of water in here. Rather than drying this out completely, a more efficient and more robust method is to just extract some amount of my sample. So I'm going to dip this in, and I'm going to draw up maybe a third of the volume of whatever the object is. And in this case, I'm going to, this is just water, so I don't mind putting my finger on the end, but if this were acid, you would want to use a gloved hand. And I'm going to completely rinse out the inside of my pipette. And I like to drain some off this end, and then I like to drain some off this end. That ensures that the entire pipette volume has been rinsed at least once with the sample. You want to do this if this is a dirty pipette and you're not doing a DI rinse in between, you're going to want to do that 3 times with your sample. And then the last thing to do is draw up the sample for real and dispense it into the volume that you intend to. So I've depressed my bulb here, and now I will draw up the volume of this pipette. So the last thing to note is that there's a special design in these volumetric pipettes in that the very last little bit of fluid is designed to be left in the tip. And so you never want to blow these out with the pipette bulb. So as this drains out, you can see we're running out of fluid here. And now notice the tip here has some fluid that's still left in the tip. And what you want to do, the best practice here, is to just touch this to the sidewall of whatever you're dispensing this into, just like this. And whatever comes out, that's by design. Anything left over, which you can see here, there's some amount left in this tip, you'll want to leave that.